What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome to the Current Era podcast. I'm your host, Julian, and today I do have the review with Mandala. Mandala. All right, let me stop. Yeah, I have the review with Mondy for Avengers Endgame. I mean, my God, this movie was just absolutely fantastic. I've said it multiple times on social media. I say it so many times in this pod, but this was hands down the greatest movie I've ever seen. I don't know if I've ever had as much joy leaving a theater than I did when I was leaving the theater for this movie. This movie meant everything to me. It was a culmination of 11 years and 22 films, and it was just absolutely perfect. Me and Monty break it down. We talk about the entire movie, so full spoiler warning in effect. If you haven't seen the movie at this point, that's just your fault because it's been out a whole week now. So yeah, man, I really, really love this movie, which you'll hear in the pod. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this podcast, man. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for downloading. Please remember to subscribe. If you subscribe, the episodes will download automatically for you, or you can just download the episodes individually, whichever you prefer. Also, please leave me a 5-star review. If you have Apple or iTunes and you're listening to it on there, please just scroll down and leave me a 5-star review and write a nice little message. Say, hey, Julian, you're great. And that's it. That's all you got to say. Thanks. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get to the episode. Avengers Endgame. Let's do it. Oh, yeah, one more thing. So typically I try to edit out all the curse words, or I try to keep it family friendly, but I'm not going to do that for this episode. I want it to be pure and raw. I got a little excited when I was talking about a particular scene, and I said some words that I shouldn't have. So if you're listening to this with your child, you don't want them hearing swear words, now's the time to put some headphones on them or put some headphones in yourself or whatever. But I'm not going to bleep it. I'm going to let it fly. So you've been warned. Okay, now let's get to the episode. Dun, 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 dun. Dang, I sound awful. All right, let's get to the episode. It's the Endgame, guys. Avengers Endgame. This is the review. Mondy, this movie was the greatest movie that I've ever seen in my life. Seriously.
Okay.
This was hands down the best movie I've ever seen. Okay. I've only seen it twice up to this point.
Only twice.
What? It's Sunday. I've only seen it twice.
No, I'm saying you said like only twice. Like
yeah. I'm going to see it at least 3 or 4 more times.
No, I've seen it twice too. But keep going.
Okay. So, going into the movie, what did you know about the movie at all? Like, was anything spoiled for you from the previews?
Nothing. And I thought I have to commend, my hats off to Disney for that. Great job with the trailers, because these days trailers give away so much.
Yes.
And I knew little to nothing.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, same here. Yeah, and I like actively avoided any like trailers, like all that. Like I tried to avoid
any trailers
it.
at all?
Yeah, no, I mean I saw the very first one.
Okay.
Where they show like Ant-Man was alive.
Okay.
But other than that, I tried to avoid as much as I could because I wanted to be as surprised as possible. And yeah, like same thoughts as you. I mean, wow, like the movie wasn't spoiled at all. Basically, like really, the only thing I remember from the trailer is that Ant-Man's alive and them walking with the suits,
the quantum realm suits.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't even remember what the trailers were about. So that's good. When did you actually go see it? You went to see it Thursday?
Yeah, I saw it opening night. Called off work. Well, actually, I didn't even call off. I really just faked like I was sick and went home. And I saw it again on Saturday, yesterday.
And what are some of the general reactions from your theater? Like, was there a lot of?
Oh, it was a positive response in both theaters.
A lot of applause.
Yeah.
Crying.
Well, the first time I saw it was like all the fanboys, because like the real Marvel fanboys. I
right.
could just tell. And they reacted to everything. They understood every reference. Every Easter egg, they got it. The second time I saw people like more like the general public, just people interested in seeing the movie, and they didn't react to everything, but they still reacted positively towards the movie.
Right.
How about with you? What was your experience?
Yeah, I mean, kind of similar. Now that you break it down that way, I went to see it at the same place Thursday. So Thursday was, I guess, the hardcores. So literally, anytime anybody that that was quote unquote dead or whatever came on the screen, it was a whole bunch of applause or. Anything that was significant that happened as far as the Easter eggs go, everybody seemed to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously, in Act 3, when it happens, that's when everybody lit up the theater, including me. I let it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the movie, man. I want to break this movie down from point A to point Z. Let's go ahead and get into it. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. All right. So first thing we see in the movie is Hawkeye and his family, because obviously he wasn't in Infinity War at all. So we see his family. We see what happens to them after Thanos snap. Yeah. And then apparently he snaps because he goes on like a killing spree or whatever. But we'll save that for a little later. Then it cuts to Iron Man. Cuts to Tony and Nebula in the spacecraft. Is that rocket ship, or is that just some random ship that they had?
No, I mean it's the Guardian ship.
Okay, so that's the Milano. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, cut to them in space. He's recording a message to Pepper. Did you think he was going to die at that point?
Because I already saw him in the quantum realm suit.
Yeah, but see, and that's another thing. Marvel likes to put crap in trailers that's not in the movies. So I almost was like,
and
is
plus,
he going to die?
There's no way Iron Man will go out like that.
Well, they time travel.
Starvation, come on now.
They time travel, so I figured that he was just gonna come back and time travel or something.
Okay.
So like first time seeing it, I was like, is this how they're gonna do this? Like, it'd be an interesting way to start off the film with Iron Man dying in the first 5 minutes, but obviously it didn't go that way. But yeah, and then Captain Marvel comes in to rescue. Thought it was like great special effects. Like she looked great. Like coming up is just like a beam of light. Like she looked like God. I was like, what the heck? So one of the questions that people had about that is, how did Captain Marvel know where he was and stuff like that?
Was that alluded to at the end of Captain Marvel?
It was.
Okay, it was. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, the Captain Marvel end credit scene was her arriving on Earth, meeting Cap, Banner, and Black Widow. And Rhodey. Essentially asking, where's Fury? So, from everything I've read, essentially, hey, I'm Cap. Hey, I'm Captain Marvel type thing. We have friends that are stuck in space. And then she kind of points them in.
Scour the galaxy?
Well, from what I'm understanding, they pointed them in a general direction. Because I think Rocket was there, and that's the ship. That's the Guardian ship. So he kind of pointed them in a general direction as to like.
Rocket wasn't there. He was with Thor and Groot.
That's what I'm saying. Like Rocket was on Earth. Yeah. So the Milano was his ship. So he pointed them in a general direction of his ship. That's what the writers are saying online. That's how it happened. But whatever. I mean, who cares?
Really? It didn't bother me. I'm just saying.
Who cares? Yeah, it was just a random question that people were having. But yeah, and then so we get Iron Man back home, and I thought he did a great job on the visual effects where like he looked like he was like super skinny and dying. Thought that was really awesome. And then Captain Marvel was like, all right, I'm going to kill him. Yeah, I'm going to kill Thanos. I was like, ah! Wow. So yeah, give me your reaction to Captain Marvel, man. Because I mean, like in her own movie, she was so overpowered, and we talked about that.
Yeah.
And we talked about how if they used her in a certain way, we'd both be disappointed. But I think that they nailed it with her in this movie. But give me your thoughts on Captain Marvel, how they used her.
Yeah, I thought she was used perfectly. Marvel does a great job of getting it right the second time, because with Doctor Strange, I wasn't really on board on this solo movie, but in Infinity War, I thought, great, this is Doctor Strange.
Right.
Captain Marvel, it wasn't more so she wasn't, I wasn't a fan of her. It's just like I wasn't, sold completely.
Sure.
But now in Endgame, I'm sold, and I thought they used her great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same. Yeah. She was it was hilarious almost. Like, it was like the balls. Like, she's like, I'm going to go kill Thanos now. It's like,
Well, also, like, wait. Black Widow was like, where are you going without us? I'm like, hold on. Like, Black Widow, wait, you're an Avenger. Like,
right.
We love you.
Okay, but calm down.
You're 9mm. It's not going to do anything to Thanos, I promise you.
She going to bring that thing on Thanos.
She's like, we're a team. We do this together. Like, Thor, yes. You can say that. Yeah. Black Widow, sit down, please. Thank you.
She really thought,
you need my 9mm, trust me. My AK-47 be busting.
Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah, so they essentially they go to find Thanos. Nebula tells them that he's in the garden.
Yeah.
So they go to find Thanos. They found out that he used the stones 2 days ago, and this is nothing they showed in the previews, but they changed in the actual movie.
What?
So in the previews, they showed Thanos on some planet picking this fruit, but he was completely healthy in the trailer.
Oh, really?
And then in the movie, I was surprised to see that he was like scarred. I was like, what happened to him?
I didn't even notice that his arm was straight, like completely straight in the thing. In the trailer, I noticed it was like perfectly normal, and in the movie, of course, I noticed
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the trailer was fine.
Yeah, no, in the trailer he was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, and then they straight ran up on him. Like,
Yeah.
I thought that was, first of all, killing Thanos. Like, they killed him literally in the first 5 minutes. How was that for you?
Crazy. Like, I was like, I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, seriously.
And my whole theater was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And shout out Thor too, because he like, it made so much sense like, for his character to even do that, because like he feels so responsible for not going for the head in Infinity War. And he's like, you know what? It's like his head got cut off mid sentence. He's like, I'm not doing this again. Bye. You're gone. You know.
Yeah.
Great.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, he was first he came in and cut off his arm because they didn't want him to try to snap anything. Then they realized that he used the stones to destroy the stones, so there's no more Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
And then I mean, he chops his head off and he has the great line, I aim for the head. Did what I should have done.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was a bold choice to start the movie that way.
Super bold.
Yeah, because I mean that's like we're just now getting into it. I mean this is 10 to 15 minutes
actually
in.
Pulled me in 10 times more. I was like, okay, now what's going on?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. And then they cut to 5 years later, and I don't know. Like for some reason, I was like 5 years.
My whole theater was like, what?
Yeah,
5 years. Like, what's going on?
I was like marking out. I was like 5. Like what? 5?
Yeah. Well, wait. So when Thanos died in the beginning, did you think that he would come back, or you think it would be a whole new bad? Because I thought it was gonna be a whole. I thought because I kept hearing rumors of Galactus. I was like, okay, so this is how they're gonna bring him in.
So soon?
I did. Honestly,
wow.
But,
okay.
It was stupid looking back, but yeah. So did you think Thanos would come back in some kind of way?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we'll get into that in Act 2, but yeah, I mean, there was no way that he was really going to be dead.
Okay.
I half expected him to evaporate. I thought maybe he was doing some reality stone crap like he did in Infinity War.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, when that's why when it cut to the 5 years later thing, like I was part of the reason why I was just like,
it confirmed it. Like,
yeah,
it's really
he's dead, like for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we cut to Ant-Man's van, and the real hero of the story, this rat who saves everybody by hitting that button to release Ant-Man.
I know, right? Shout out to, look, at first I didn't catch that it was the rat that did. I thought it just happened like, but then I saw the second time, like that rat hitting the right button at the right time.
Yeah, Master Splinter, we see you. So yeah, brought back Ant-Man,
MVP of Endgame, right?
Brought him back, and he went searching. It looked like some Walking Dead stuff. Like it was like the world was just post-apocalyptic, and I loved it. Like I said, it fit because literally, half the population's gone.
Yeah,
and the at this point, 5 years later, this is 2023, because the movie opened like a week after Infinity War, which is in 2018. So, I mean, at this point, the Avengers are spread out doing their own thing. Like I said, like Hawkeye's out there.
Well, you have Rat saves the whole world in the notes. I just read that.
He did, yeah. He did.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Okay,
he did, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, Hawkeye's out there killing people because they deserve to die.
He's not Hawkeye anymore, sir?
He's Ronin, whatever. Hawkeye. Anyway. Yeah, so give me your thoughts on Hawkeye's new
Ronin?
Green Arrow. Can you stop calling him that?
I'm sorry.
Because if he didn't say it once in the movie, I'm not calling him that.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, give me your thoughts on his new character change there that they had going on.
It was cool. I liked it. He seemed menacing. Had like a little Batman-esque type of deal going on.
Yeah, and
this really gave Hawkeye more to do. And I've never been like one of the Hawkeye haters. I know he had like a lot of them. People like Hawkeye's
really?
Playlist. Yeah, he had a lot of Hawkeye haters. But I like Hawkeye.
Yeah.
This gave him a darker edge, more to do. Like it showed he's truly an assassin if he can and when he wants to be.
Right.
And I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was surprised by it, to be honest, just because.
Oh, well, you didn't see the trailer.
No, well, I mean, I didn't see that he was killing people. Like I didn't, because I don't know what I assumed.
Yeah.
But I didn't assume that he was out there just killing people. Like he's out there just murking these dudes. But I mean, it was a good scene in Japan. I love when they get to, they speak Japanese. It was really cool seeing the city and the fight scene. That Japanese actor is super famous. He's in a lot of movies that I've seen.
I can't think of his name right now, but yeah.
Yeah, he's like super duper famous. But yeah, and Thor. Oh my God, this was hilarious in the first 5 minutes, and then it kind of But give me a reaction to the whole Thor reveal.
Okay, so yeah, saw it twice. First time I was like, okay, Marvel's going for the laugh. You know, I did laugh. You know, I was like, okay, but I assumed it was gonna be some kind of workout montage where he would get back in shape, and the Thor that we all know and love.
Right.
So upon first viewing, I was not a fan of that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Second viewing, it set a little bit better with me, just because I knew where everything was going.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I thought they kind of sacrificed the sincerity of the story for the joke, and not the biggest fan, but it didn't ruin the movie for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it from a story point of view, because I mean, if they did it because, like you said earlier, I mean, Thor blames himself for everything that's happened.
Yeah.
So
and he lost a lot.
Yeah, he lost his entire family. Yeah. Like, to his knowledge, his entire family's dead.
And city/planet.
Yeah. So, I mean, he has more than enough reason to be depressed. 5 years is a long time to be depressed, but, I mean, it is what it is. So, I try to look at it from that lens, and then it kind of makes sense to why he's just sitting there being fat and drinking beer and Cheese Whiz and all that. So, but whatever.
There actually is a comic storyline where he does get fat like that, though. So it's not just, like, out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, then we let's move to Cap. So Cap, he's a freaking what do they call those people that in the circle? Who's the leader of it?
A mediator, maybe? No.
God, the people when you're doing too much and you have whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Cap is doing that. He's trying to help everybody move on and forget and
therapist.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, anyway, yeah, he was doing whatever he was doing. Black Widow, she was. What was she doing? Like, was she trying to be like the command center?
Yeah,
like
that was super obvious. You didn't get that?
No, like I was just like, why are you? But why? I was like, why are you doing this still?
Because like, right, they're the Avengers. This is all they know is avenging. So when they lose, like they still feel the need to have a purpose. And so like it was a good line in the movie when she mentioned something about an earthquake under Africa, and Okoye was like, okay, like
yeah, there's nothing we can do about an earthquake.
About that, like there's nothing to avenge with a freaking earthquake. You know what I'm saying? But Black Widow just can't. She's hung up on the fact that she needs to feel the need to protect her.
Yeah. But in that scene, they also did with the president for Captain Marvel, who was sporting her new haircut.
Haircut, accurate. I liked it a lot.
But she basically said something along the lines of, "This is happening everywhere, and I have a huge sector." Like she's kind of like the Green Lantern Corps. But yeah, I mean, she defends basically a corner of the universe, and she's not going to be here for a while. So it made sense for her to not come in again until Act 3.
Yeah, great.
I love that they didn't just ignore that.
Yeah.
Because like they could have just tried to ignore it and then her come in and save the day or whatever. But it gave her something meaningful and important to do. So that was great. And Hulk, oh my God! So first and second viewing, I hated this. I hated the fact this is my one problem with the movie was that Hulk was just Bruce Banner / Hulk. Like I need one or the other. I love a Bruce Banner, and I love when Bruce Banner is afraid to let out the Hulk. I thought that's something they capitalized on in the first Avengers. Like I thought that was one of the reasons why the movie was so great. But I wasn't a huge fan of Hulk, Bruce Banner, Mesh, whatever that was. What about you?
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it. I did have a problem with the fact that we didn't get a Rage Hulk though.
Yeah.
Cause you can mesh the two, whatever. He's mastered it. He said for a long time he treated the Hulk like a disease.
Right.
But now he's learned to embrace it. That's cool. But I still need to see that Hulk that we all know and love. That just go crazy, ballistic when it's time for that. And that never was showcased in the movie. That is the only part that bothered me.
Yeah. And the last one is Iron Man. So Iron Man, he's kind of the one that's least affected by this Thanos thing because Pepper's there. He has a little girl now. He has something to live for, Yeah. And it made it Iron Man's the only one that was only going to be smart enough to be able to figure out this time travel thing. I mean, maybe the idea was never in his head, but he didn't want to figure it out because he has a little girl, and he didn't want to go back and change things because he didn't want to lose her.
Yeah.
And it's just it was really interesting choice that to give her a daughter. I mean, to give him a daughter. Was it a surprise for you at all when the little girl came out the tent?
Yeah, it was surprising. It was surprising to me.
Yeah, I was just like, who are you,
yeah,
man?
In regards to the time travel, though, I felt like it came a little bit too easy.
Yeah,
like that's a big deal.
Yeah, but do you want them to spend the 20 minutes on trying to figure out?
You're right. So I had to look at it from that angle too. Like
yeah.
If it moves the story forward, go ahead. Let's get it. But
exactly, yeah.
I just felt like that's a big deal to just unlock overnight,
Yeah, but I mean, it's a movie 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So I mean, and there was, I'm sure when the Blu-ray comes out or whatever, we're gonna get whatever they tried to cut. So maybe him figuring out there'll be a montage. I don't know, but it didn't bother me that he figured it out so quick. He figures everything out. So.
Well, I thought Banner figured it out too. It's just that Iron Man perfected it with the GPS.
Yeah.
With the time space GPS, but Banner kind of figured it out too, right?
To an extent, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or I could be wrong about that. I don't know.
No, you're right. I mean, because they tried to Ant Man and he went back and he came back as a baby and an old man and all that. So yeah. And so Ant Man comes up with this plan. Well, Ant Man and everybody essentially comes up with this plan for a time heist, and they make some jokes, but they realize that this can work. Yeah. Like they can go back and get these 6 stones.
Yeah.
And it's interesting the locations that they decided to go, because obviously the first one's New York for 3. They went for the Time Stone, Power Stone, Time Stone, Space, and Mayan Stone. Yeah. In New York, and the other one was in Thor: The Dark World on Asgard.
Yeah, the Ether, which was the reality song.
And another one was on Vormir, which obviously
Soul Stone, and they had the Power Stone on Morag.
Yeah. So, but those 3 locations, I mean, aside from Thor: The Dark World, like, those are some iconic movies, and like, I mean, I like Thor: The Dark World, but I don't know if everybody had seen that movie. So, when they were doing the scenes there, like, I was kind of like, is people going to get this? Like, do they understand what's happening here? But whatever. So, yeah, I mean, moving into Act 2 here, there's, they split up into the teams. They go to New York. Cap, Cap, Iron Man, Hulk, and Ant-Man go to New York for the Tesseract, the Scepter, and the Time Stone. So it was so cool because, like, the first thing you see is, the Chitauri on the building, and then you see the spinning camera of them, of the Avengers assembling for the first time.
Yeah.
Foreshadow. But, yeah, that was so cool again. I was like, oh, yes, you're back. Yeah, and then, I mean, you get to bring Tom Hiddleston back in as Loki. He's always great. I'm glad he got to reprise his role and do one last thing with all these guys. But something that really stuck out to me was the elevator scene when Rumlow and all those guys were in the elevator, which is straight out of Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I thought that it was about to go down again.
Yeah, I did too.
And I was excited. Well, okay, did you? Okay, yeah. And then when he whispers, "Hail Hydra," I was like, oh. But then he runs into Captain America himself, and they have a battle. What'd you think of that battle?
Yeah, that was cool. That whole sequence was cool. Like, when Captain America was in the elevator saying he said, "Hail Hydra," that's obviously a callback to the comics when they recently revealed he's been Hydra the whole time, which people didn't like. But that was a good way of making it, kind of like relevant and cool again. Like, of course he didn't mean it, but it's a callback. And, the first one I saw with my girlfriend, and she was like, "What does Hail Hydra mean?" I was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you at the end of the movie." And never told her. But yeah, and when he fought himself, that was cool. I thought he was going to easily beat his past self for some reason. I don't know why.
Really? Okay.
But it made sense that he's still Cap, and this Cap, I guess, hadn't seen battle in a while, so maybe he was a little rusty. But
yeah, that's true. That's a good way to look at it. I guess it's been 5 years. That's a good fight.
Yeah, but it was a good scene though.
He almost lost. He was getting choked out.
Yeah, he was
until he said Bucky.
Huh? He's like, Bucky, boyfriend, what?
Right, yeah.
I was just playing. Not really.
But yeah, so one of the things that I think this is probably like the biggest laugh for me was Hulk and them damn stairs. Like, he was
that was the biggest laugh?
Yeah, like, that was so funny. Like, he was like, "I hurt the stairs." I was like, bro, like, it's okay. And then he bust out of the room at the downstairs thing and knocked Iron Man out, and they lost the Tesseract, and Loki picks it up and he disappears.
So he's not dead.
Right? No,
I guess that's his Disney Plus show.
I know, right?
He went after that.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a way to keep him in the loop and keep him alive. Yeah. So that's interesting. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I thought that they were gonna address the fact that when he got killed in Infinity War, that was just gonna be, however he escaped death, all the other times he escaped death. But he looks like they're going the whole 2012 Loki route, which is fine. I don't care. That's fine. Yeah, bring him back. Whatever. And then so essentially, Hulk. So Hulk goes to get the Time Stone. I don't know why the Sorcerer Supreme girl was up there.
The ancient one.
The ancient one. I don't know why she was just up there, because she should have been in
the Sanctum,
Nanda Parbat, or wherever the hell the Sanctum is. Yeah.
Well, Well, my
They have
assumption
multiple
was,
locations, don't they?
yeah, and my assumption was because of the the attack of the Chitauri.
Oh, she had to protect the New York sanctum.
Which was very important.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're right.
That's why I thought she was there.
You're right. Okay.
And
So
it
that
showed
makes
her
sense.
like using the shields like the deflector.
Yeah, I saw that, but I
Okay.
was just like, Stu, I was just like, why are you here? But that makes total sense. Now thinking back on it, because in the Doctor Strange movie, they explained that there's multiple. It's not just the one. So okay, that makes sense. So yeah, and people, for some reason, people really got a kick out of when she did the little hand thing to Hulk.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, what do you think was gonna happen? Like, she did it to everybody in the Doctor Strange movie. So I was like, okay.
No one saw that.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody saw that. Yeah, but yeah. So since they, since they didn't get the Tesseract, they had to go back to 1970. To try again, and of course, they run into people from their past. So what do you think about those scenes between Cap and Peggy and Tony and Howard?
Yeah, at first I actually wasn't. And while I'm watching it, it felt like just straight filler.
Really?
But then, of course, I understand the significance of it once you find out that this is Cap and Iron Man's last ride. So that those extra scenes, it gives the Cap last scene more weight.
Definitely.
And it gives Iron Man scene more like last weight. More weight. So in the moment, I was like, this is just filler. But it came around full circle, so I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It was a great scene. I mean, Cap was being a little creepy, just staring at her through the blinds.
How's that creepy? That's the love of his life. He hasn't seen her in years.
Yeah, I understand, but he looked a little creepy.
I did get creepy.
But got creepy. But hey, it's Cap. I love Cap, so it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, and I understand who Peggy is to him, but yeah, he could have said hi.
Why would he blow his cover and say hi to her?
Because he loves her.
Okay,
Anyway,
you don't know how infiltration works.
Keep going. I don't know the rules of time travel. Clearly,
yeah, you obviously don't.
So yeah, Tony and Howard though. Yeah, I mean they had a really good heart to heart. Yeah, I find it weird that Howard didn't suspect him at all. Like he just kind of went with it, which is fine. It served the purpose.
I suspect you to be my son from the future.
No, not that, but be somebody. Like you look like you don't belong here, sir.
Got you.
I mean, freaking Yvette Nicole Brown did, but whatever. Yeah. She's a big person on The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Walking Dead fan here. Gotcha. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was a good scene. I mean, it's good for them to go back. They got the Tesseract and they got some more Ant-Man juice, whatever it's called. What's that stuff called?
Pym particles.
Pym particles. Very good, Mondy. Wow, paying attention to every detail here.
Wait, you judged me? What?
No. All right. So yeah, Nebula, War Machine. They go to Morag, 2014. Hey. Oh, sorry, I can't sing. Go back to the start of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Horrible.
And you didn't like that part at all?
No, I was talking about your singing. Yeah. Continue.
Wow. Sorry, sir.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was good to see Star-Lord back doing his iconic entrance to Guardians of the Galaxy. And I love when they cut to them two and you just heard Peter Quill singing. He sounded like an idiot.
Yeah.
And then the first thing he wrote, he said, so he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, he's an idiot. And then they just knock him out. That was really funny. But did you enjoy that scene at all? I'm a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I loved it. It was a great callback.
Okay, great. So,
wait, why? Wait, why are you laughing at me? Why are you laughing?
Because you're funny, right? All right.
Wait, but hold on. But I didn't understand. Remember in the first Guardians of the Galaxy, though, they ran into...
Oh, boy, and his little gang of people that were there.
Yeah, the Kree. So
yeah.
Why weren't they there?
Maybe it has to do with... Because I think Thanos controls them to an extent because he controls Ronan. So maybe he pulled them back so they could just get the stone because he wanted all of them. Because at that point, he had already known... For some reason, Nebula had ties to her past and future self.
Yeah, that part didn't make sense to me at all.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe because she's a robot.
But she's not a robot. She's organic with robotic parts.
Yeah, I don't know. I went with it.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I went with it. I was
it didn't bother me to the point where I was like, what the hell? Yeah. But I mean, it was a way to get Thanos back in there, which I understood because he had to be back in there. So yeah, I mean, I didn't really care about that, but yeah. So and the last team was Black Widow and Hawkeye going to Vormir.
Now, okay, when it comes to Hawkeye and Black Widow going to Vormir, was it just me or that's kind of like an underwhelming team to send to an unknown planet? Because no one knew about Vormir at all.
Yeah,
like it could have had some crazy monsters on there. Like
that's true.
Like I would send some firepower there to an unknown planet where the Soul Stone is.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed like kind of underwhelming team.
Yeah, but
I mean, but I know I was done from
I was
a
about to
writer's
say,
standpoint.
yeah. I mean, from a writer standpoint,
But from
are you going to kill
a practical standpoint, like within the movie, like why would they send those two there?
because they needed somebody to die?
But they didn't know that though.
Yeah, but you mean like why did the Avengers agree to send them to? Okay, yeah. Well, who knows? I don't know.
Anyway,
but somehow they drew the short straw.
Yeah.
And we saw what happened. Red Skull said his thing again, and they were fighting each other to see who was gonna die, which I was just like, stop, please. But
did you think somebody was gonna actually die?
yeah, I did.
You think it's gonna be on Widow?
No, I thought it was gonna be Hawkeye. Because in the beginning of it, like he tackled her and like pinned her to the ground. I thought he was just gonna run off, and she did what she did, and yeah, she tried really hard to die. Like she tried really hard.
Yeah.
And the first time I saw it, I was kind of just like whatever.
Yeah, same.
To be honest,
it didn't seem like this was permanent for some reason. To me, it didn't seem permanent at all.
Yeah, to me, I just didn't care.
Whoa.
And I know that's harsh. It is harsh.
She's been since day one.
I know she has, but my first time watching it, I was so worried about other people dying that her dying was just kind of like okay.
Bro, she's OG.
Like it sucked. No, I mean I know. So like my second viewing, it was like really emotional. Like I was like on the verge of tears that time because I guess because I knew for a fact that first of all everybody else is gonna be okay, but she was really gone. So like it was a lot more emotional. But the first time I was just like, all right, I still got another hour and a half of this movie and Cap and Iron Man, So
and also this is just a callback. Did you know that? Do you remember when they're about to go into to their places in time? Mm-hmm. She tells them all, "I'll see you in a minute."
Yeah.
It hit different the second time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even today they were showing they were showing Civil War on TV, and she had a scene with Cap right before the embassy exploded. And she said something like, "I got lucky," and I was just like, "You're not gonna be lucky in a few years. You're gonna die." But yeah, anyway.
yeah. I feel like her death isn't getting enough. I don't know, enough. People aren't caring about it enough. In my opinion.
Well, I mean, like I said, like it's hard to care during that first viewing because I feel like people are going into that movie to see the A-list characters if they're gonna live or die.
She's A-list, man.
No, she's not. She's not Thor. She's not Iron Man. She's not Cap.
Okay. She's not on their tier, but okay, I guess that's not A-list.
Yeah, she's not A-list.
That's
Yeah.
A-list.
All right, but like that's not. I'm not trying to disrespect her.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like once I realized everybody else is gonna be okay, and I saw it again, like I really cared. Like I was invested in it. But the first time, like it was kind of just like okay, like I get it, but
gotcha.
Let's move on. But yeah. And then the last team was Thor and Rocket. They went to Asgard to get the Aether. Thor got to talk to his mother. I don't know how her future is gonna go again because
the same. Cause remember, he almost told her like the Dark Elf is about to kill you, but she like, don't tell me my future. Like I don't need to know. Remember she said that.
Yeah.
So I have to assume the same events play out the same way they did in Dark World.
I guess it's possible. Yeah. So yeah, that sucks for her. But she had a heart to heart with him, and she helped him. Realize that everybody makes mistakes, and you're not human. You are supposed to be better than everybody, but you can only be the best version of yourself.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I thought it was a great speech.
He needed that pep talk.
Yeah, he did.
And then right before he leaves, he grabs Mjolnir
from his poor old self.
Yeah, I'm just like, finally, I mean, who cares about 2013 Thor? Like, who cares about you? Sorry, buddy. Anyway.
No, but also, in that whole scene with his mother on Asgard, I thought that had one of the funniest scenes in the movie when she was like, "Are you from the future?" And he was like, "I'm totally from the future." I'm totally from the future.
Yeah. First of all, Chris Hemsworth, shout out, bro.
Hilarious.
You did amazing in this movie. Like, you did amazing. You were so funny.
Yeah.
You killed on your action scenes like you always do, but you really showed a different side of yourself, like as an actor.
Yeah.
And if this is your last one, man, thank you. Like, you were fantastic.
It's not his last one. But he's gonna be in Guardians 3. Like they obviously set that up. Like he's the Guardian now.
Maybe not. We'll get to that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So basically, at this point, everybody comes back. They come back to the what's it called? The Phantom. I was about to call it Phantom of the Opera.
Quantum realm.
There we go. They come back from the quantum realm. To 2023. Can you shut the hell up? All right. So yeah, I mean, everybody's sad. They have the stones. So somehow Iron Man makes this, Infinity Gauntlet because he's Iron Man.
That took fairly quickly.
Yep, that's okay. That's okay. We're not going to forget about that.
Yeah.
And then, they're all arguing about who's going to put it on. And Hulk is like, stop. Like, none of y'all are going to live.
So what, you think Iron Man knew the whole time that Hulk was going to be the one to put it on? Because he configured it to
grow?
To grow.
Yeah. I don't...
Because hopefully damn sure wasn't for Thanos for it to grow on his arm.
Yeah. I don't want to say that, but...
You have to assume that.
Iron Man knew that he couldn't do it.
Yeah, but...
Maybe he thought Thor
maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. But, Hulk stepped up and he did the snap and it almost killed him. But he survived. And for a long time, we didn't know if it worked until, a little bit later. But at that same time...
15 seconds later, we knew it worked, but yeah.
Anyway, right at the same
Hawkeye's
time...
wife called him, like 15
oh,
seconds
yeah,
later.
you're right. I forgot about that. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking... Shut up, Laura. Like, nobody cares about Laura. Anyway.
That's Velma off Scooby-Doo. Mm-hmm. Live action game.
I already knew that. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So Hulk does the little snap, and everybody comes back. But at the same time, Nebula, the old Nebula, 2014 Nebula, brings Thanos back. Somehow she knows how to work the damn time machine quantum realm. And she hit all the right buttons. And, Thanos comes out with his ship.
Yeah.
And blows the whole Avengers base up, which I was like, damn, like, again, like, y'all got nowhere to be.
First of all, there's no way no one would die in that explosion. Like, no one died. They all
Nobody
just
died.
Under the rubble. That's crazy.
So, first of all, like, the very first missile hit Ant-Man right in the face. And I was
no. See, I thought so, too. But when you watch it the second time, when I did, he shrinks at the very last second.
Does he?
It shows him, like, shrinking. Like I thought it was great. Like,
okay.
I thought it was a great scene. Like, he shrinks at the very last second.
I mean, I saw him in his shrunken form once he was on the ground, but I didn't see him shrink.
Yeah,
so,
it showed, like the missile hitting the glass, and it shows him, shrinking, like, quick reflexes.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. He's just redived. Anyway, yeah, so, I mean, they're just, Thanos rains fire on all of them and blows up the building, and it's just a wasteland. And then this guy, he's like, yeah, all right, I'm about to sit down. Been a long day and conquering, doing what I do. And who but Thor, Cap, and Iron Man run up on his ass? I was like, my first time seeing it,
yeah,
I was like, let's go. And then they cut to something. I think they cut to like Hawkeye.
Yeah, with the gauntlet.
Yeah, and I was like, what the? I don't care about this right now. Like, but yeah, then they cut back to it.
My first impression is, why is Cap out here? Honestly,
what?
Look, I thought he was similar to like.
Put some respect on Cap's name.
No,
right?
I love Cap. He's my favorite Avenger. But what are you doing in this fight with Thanos? Like, leave this to Iron Man and Thor, or in Hulk.
What? Hulk just almost killed himself. He can't fight.
I know that, but keep in mind, like, I think Cap. I love Cap. I think the writers make Cap way too durable. Like, he's a super soldier, but he took like a punch from Thanos. Like, that should have broke every bone in his body.
I agree.
But anyway, keep going. Yeah. It was still a cool scene. When Thor called the thunder and the lightning, like that was dope.
Yeah,
and he had both Stormbreaker and Mjolnir in the same.
Yeah, that was awesome. Like he was doing little combos with it, and I was just like, damn, like that's great. Yeah. And then Thor gets like he's like, for some reason Thanos is like whooping all their ass.
Yeah,
like
for some reason I saw that coming.
I don't know. I feel like it wasn't like, I feel like he didn't do all that in Infinity War. Like I feel like they were kind of beating him easier, but whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, it's like he was just kicking their ass. Like it wasn't even close. Like they were getting demolished. He was comboing them and boop boop.
Yeah, without any Infinity Stones.
Yeah, with no Infinity Stones. Like it's just straight Thanos. Yeah, he just on their ass. But yeah, I mean, Thor gets pinned down and he calls Stormbreaker. And Thanos catches it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, this is it.
How do he catch that and wield it? I thought that only the
Stormbreaker?
Only the worthy can wield it. Cause like if he catches it, that's cool. Like that's just gravity. But
yeah,
he actually wielded it to try to.
That's a good question.
Pierce Thor's,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's a good question. Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't answer that. I was so like. My first viewing, I was just terrified at that point because I was like, it's happening. Like Thor's about to die. Like you see it piercing his armor.
Yeah.
And then
something starts rising. Wait, that sounded weird. Well, that too, but
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir started rising, and I was like, okay, Thor about to just call it back and you get Thanos off of him,
right?
And then that thing flies into the hands of Steven Rogers.
Bruh. Oh my God.
That's the only scene when I screamed in the theater.
Yes.
I screamed.
Yes. What? What? Dog. Okay, so quick story. So I went to see it Thursday, of course. So this is my first viewing. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm a huge Cap fan. Been a Cap fan all my life. Like Team Go Cap.
Yeah.
So, bruh, when I'm gonna curse. When that motherfucking hammer went to his bruh, I was just like, let's go. Like I was Thursday is the hardcores. I was the first one to shout, and then everybody started shouting, and then I was started looking around like, let's go. Like, it was lit, bro. It was lit. Oh my god, that was just crazy. And then
did Avi care about that at all? Like,
I wasn't paying attention to her.
Okay,
what the heck?
okay.
Like, this is my moment, okay?
Okay.
So anyway, so Cap proceeds to give Thanos these hands, like he been practicing with the hammer,
right?
Like he got combos with the shield, and he started, bruh. When he
the
raises up, I was like, ah! Bruh, like,
great scene.
yeah, that was that.
That's the best scene in the movie.
Made the movie.
Yeah.
Like that was everything to me.
I've waited 11 years.
Yes, bro. Like, holy. Oh.
And great call. And like that just brings Edge of Ultron. It just makes it more like relevant now. Cause like remember when he almost budged it?
Yeah.
Like,
well, he did budget. He budgeted.
Yeah, he budgeted. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so for everybody wondering, I looked it up. I mean, I didn't care. I went with it, but there were a lot of people questioning why Cap.
Was
and I was
worthy?
I was like, what do you mean?
If
like
anybody's worthy, it's him.
Yeah, it's him, right? So Cap, just to break it down, Cap has been the ultimate good guy. And Mondy, you actually pointed this out in a previous pod. Like you.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
Keep going. So anyway. So basically, on a previous pod, like you said something along the lines of, Cap is like the only good Avenger.
What? Keep going.
Can you stop smirking at me?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
Like, you were like, Iron Man's an arrogant asshole, Bruce Banner, blah, 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 Thor, same thing. And then you're like, there's Cap.
Mm-hmm.
He's that consummate professional. Like, he's that good guy. He's that pure-hearted good guy. Like, he's going to do the right thing no matter what, good guy. And, of course, I always saw that. And in Age of Ultron, when he tried to pick up the hammer, he made it move a little bit. And Thor was like, oh, God. Like, whoa, wait. Like, and then, so like the fan theory is that at that point he was still holding in that secret to Iron Man about his parents, because at that point he had already known that Bucky had killed Iron Man's parents. So because he was holding in that secret, he wasn't fully worthy.
Wait, how do you know that back then?
In Age of Ultron?
Yeah, how do you know that Bucky killed his?
Was it Winter Soldier before Age of Ultron?
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, he found out in Winter Soldier.
He did.
Remember when they were remember in Winter Soldier where they were he was looking at some surveillance footage. Remember when he was talking to the old dude, not the scientist guy from the first Avenger, in that little base? Zoltan. Is that his name? Zoltan?
Zola.
Well, yeah, Zola. Yeah. In there, they say he found that tape of Bucky killing Iron Man's parents.
Really?
And,
wow. I have to go back. Wow.
Yeah, and he knew it then, which is why he wasn't fully worthy to pick up the hammer at that point in Age of Ultron.
Oh, okay. I thought it was first revealed in Civil War that Bucky killed.
No, because remember, like in Civil War, Cap knew the whole time. Remember, he was like, how long have you known? He was like, I've known for a while.
Okay. Wow.
So essentially, when Cap got that secret off his chest in Civil War, they made him fully worthy. So that's the fan theory anyway. Who knows? But anyway, who cares? Like what? Like Cap is worthy, okay?
Yeah.
Like, he's worthy, and that was everything.
Complete fan service, but I love it.
Yes. What? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's not.
Listen, this was 3 hours and 2 minutes of fan service, and I waited 11 years for this. I spent all my money on all these movies.
Yeah.
So yeah, fan service me, please. Okay, I gotta calm down. Yeah, that was amazing.
But then after that scene, Thor starts hacking at Cap's shield, and that confused the hell out of me because
Thanos.
Thanos. Isn't his shield vibranium? Mm-hmm. Which is indestructible.
Well, in Earth terms, sure, but I mean, I guess Thanos is just strong enough to break fiber. It to me
with sheer force.
Yeah, to me, it just showed that Thanos is just that powerful. Like he's just that powerful. So
okay,
yeah.
I mean. That part can really kind of confuse me. I thought vibranium was indestructible, but
well, I mean, like I said, like in Earth terms, yeah, like I agree.
Yeah.
But I mean, Thanos, he's not from Earth, like he's from Titan or wherever the hell he's from.
Titan.
So yeah. Damn, why do I keep doing that? So anyway,
Oh, wow, okay.
yeah. So yeah, after that, pretty much that's when everybody comes back because after Cap gets done comboing him and that doesn't work and he breaks his shield in half. He hears that little feed on the mic like, Cap, are you there?
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, Sam. And then you start to see the portals opening up, and the first people you see is Mike King.
Mike King.
Wakanda forever. So yeah, at that point the entire theater was just like hooting and hollering. Like,
I've never seen white people that excited to see a black man before in my life. I was like, okay.
Yeah. And then you saw some of the Guardians, and then you see Spider-Man come back.
Don't do the Guardians like that.
Anyway, you see Spider-Man come back, and then then everybody lost it again. And then like it's time, like mano a mano, like war versus, like it was just amazing, bro. Amazing.
Quick complaint though.
Oh, okay.
What the hell was Spider-Man swinging on? Like, it showed him in the battle like swinging. I'm like, where? Like, what are you swinging from, sir?
Who knows?
I mean,
I noticed it, but again, look. At that point, I was just so elated.
Yeah.
I was just like, whatever, bro. Like, you're swinging on something. I'm sure you're swinging on one of the aliens.
Sure.
Something.
Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, it was awesome, man. That entire scene was everything I've ever wanted in a Marvel movie. I mean,
great scene.
My goodness, it had pretty much every freaking hero there against the biggest bad there could be with his army. And
Cap says his infamous line, "Avengers assemble."
Bruh.
Finally, like, it took like I don't think he's ever said it before.
He's never said that. No.
Okay. He almost said it at the end of Age of Ultron, I think, when he had like the new Avengers, and then it cut to the credits. He was like, "Avengers."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was here.
Yeah.
It was it was perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And yeah, another moment, I was like, ah!
And then Thanos doesn't say anything. He just raises his sword, and they're like that was pretty dope too.
Yeah, great stuff.
The whole duality of it all. But yeah.
And and then there's one thing I want to make sure I don't miss. So during the battle, there's like this girl power scene where you see like all the female heroes, including Pepper,
except for one.
Who wasn't there?
Black Widow, because she died, which made it more impactful to me.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but you got to see them do a little girl power scene. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, great scene.
They deserve it. I mean, they've all been in there. They're all major parts of the story. It was really cool seeing Pepper in her Iron Man suit.
Yeah, dope. That was dope.
Yeah, she was doing her thing in there too. And then her and Iron Man did the little back-to-back beam thing. I was like,
call back to Iron Man 2?
Yes. I was just like, please give me more. Like, just injected in my veins, as my brother would say.
Wait, is Robert Downey Jr. Wait, well, not him, but is Tony Stark selfish for not giving War Machine the nanotech? He's like, nah, bro. This is mine,
only
bro.
for me.
You get the bulky War Machine suit.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, about to say, who cares? Like, War Machine, like, sure. Anyway. But yeah, and then it all culminates, which is I thought was a really great scene, like with first of all Captain Marvel coming back. So I'm sorry, back up. So the girl power thing happens, and then you see Wanda come in, and she almost kills Thanos.
She gave Thanos the board.
Like, I was like, damn, like,
which is a great reference to her, how powerful she is in the comics.
She really is, yeah, because Scarlet Witch is kind of a big deal, and she was giving Thanos that work. And
cleavage was sitting.
It's funny. I didn't realize how many hands she gave that until I watched it the second time. Because she did, bro. Like, she hit him like combo, lifted him up like she was about to fatality his ass. I was like, damn. Like, and then Thanos gives the order to rain fire down, and at this point you kind of forget that Captain Marvel exists. Because there's just so much fantastic things happening down here.
You did.
And then, you see the beam stop going down and they start going out. And then somebody said something like, what did they say? Like something just entered the atmosphere or something like that.
The upper atmosphere.
Yeah. And then you see Captain Marvel come in and destroy the ship like she did in her movie. At that point, anything would have, I was like,
yeah.
So, yeah, great job, Captain Marvel. And then she kind of threw hands with Thanos for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And Thanos headbutts her, and she just ate it. She was just like,
wait, so to me, after watching it twice, remember Thanos tries to do something with one of the Infinity Stones and it doesn't work on her? Like, she blocks it? I think what was the whole deal with that?
I think she tried to snap it. Like he tried to snap, and she was holding his fingers so he couldn't snap.
That's what was going on.
Yeah,
I thought he probably wanted to use one of the stones and it just didn't work on her for some reason.
No. Well, I mean, that's not what I got from it. I got from it that he was just trying to hurry up and snap.
Okay.
And she was holding it, so he couldn't. And then he took the power stone. And then blasted her. Yeah. Finally, like, get her out of here.
He like absorbed the power stone in his hand and like punched her. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was dope. And then, you know, the culmination of it all is Iron Man somehow having sticky fingers and getting all of the Infinity Stones and just holding them up. And, like, there's just silence.
He planned for that, like, in case that would happen, Thanos would get it back. He planned for some kind of, like, for the gloves to do some kind of, like, instant switch in case that would happen. I mean, that's what I got from it.
Okay.
Because, like, there's no way you just have your own glove, take the gems out of it automatically. You know what I'm saying? I thought
so wait, in your eyes, he switched gloves?
No. Iron Man can configure the glove so that way the stones can be switched from one glove to another instantaneously.
Oh.
And I think he planned ahead of that in case Thanos got all the stones again in his possession.
Okay.
Because there's no way he just has that in his arsenal. Just, hey, I'm going to just switch the stones out real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, at that point, again, like anything, like, I was just like, he has them.
Yeah.
And when he said...
Great line. No, wait, Thanos says, I am inevitable, and then Iron Man says,
I am Iron Man.
Great line.
Man.
Call back to 2008.
2008, yeah.
Great.
And, he does the snap and sets everything right. And you finally see all the bad guys starting to disappear. And freaking Thanos sits down and tries to monologue. I'm like, hold on, bro. Why are you not disappearing? Like, disappear already.
Yeah.
And he finally does, but... Yeah. So I want your reaction, man. I know I've been talking for a while. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
No, you're good.
But give me your reaction to Iron Man, man. He started all of this and he ended it.
Yeah.
He ended it his way.
So poetic, in my opinion. Great. Great stuff. I like how it didn't show him, like, he didn't die peacefully. Like, it showed, like, him decaying.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just added more to, like, the weight of everything that he went through to end it all. I thought that was just the way, like, heroes don't always die pretty.
No.
He died looking terrible. And, like the only scene where I almost teared up was when, Peter comes to him and it's like, it's a start. Because they would just call back to Infinity War.
Yeah, definitely.
And, but yeah, that was a great scene.
Yeah. And, even going back a little bit to when Spider-Man first came through the portal, he was actually looking for Iron Man and they took off their helmets and Iron Man was just like, you're back.
Oh, and he hugged him.
You're alive. And you hugged him. Yeah. Like, even then I was just like... my heart. But yeah, I mean, at the end when he was like, Mr. Stark, it's gonna be okay, or whatever he was saying, it was just like, man, this killed me. And then Pepper was there and she was like, we're gonna be okay. I was just like, God damn it, Pepper, got me here crying.
And then she holds it all in until he dies.
Yeah,
and she just breaks down.
Yeah, man, it's really, really, really emotional, man. Because like we said, Iron Man, he started all of this. Like nothing would have been possible without Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr., my God, like. You're iconic forever for being Iron Man. Just a great performance all around. And yeah, man, it was really, really emotional scene. And even the funeral was hard to watch. Mainly because they kept showing this little girl. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, look, bro, like we get it. This is so sad, but yeah. Did you have any questions about who everybody was? Like, because they kept panning to different people.
Yeah, first at the very end, so this little boy was a teenager. Who was that? But I found it was the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah. I think a lot of people had questions about that, but yeah, little kid from Iron Man 3. I can't remember his name. He was kind of irrelevant, but yeah, I mean it's cool. Cool callback to see him back.
That was cool.
Yeah, of course.
Always
lurking.
Probably got a bag for that too.
Yeah, of course he did. Yeah. But yeah, man, it was just real poetic. Like you said, like this movie was fan service through and through, and I love that. Like I have no problem with that. Some people didn't like that it was just fan service, and sorry, this movie isn't for you. But yeah, the aftermath, Cap puts the Infinity Stones back, and he decides not to come back. Like he decides to live his life with Peggy. Which again is just so poetic.
Yeah.
I loved that. What was your reaction to Cap being an old man and giving the shield to Falcon and all that?
Yeah, it was great. Upon first viewing, it was super surprising. I thought everything that was important was over after the funeral, and then we see Cap go and Banner tries to bring him back and like, where's Cap?
Mm-hmm.
And Bucky somehow knew. He probably just he sees him over there.
Yeah.
And I have to say this though. The fanboys weren't too happy with Falcon picking up that shield. And by
mean the white
fanboys,
people?
I mean white people.
Yeah.
They weren't, because like it's funny, like because they were cheering out the whole movie, like anything that was like a tad bit like significant would happen. They cheer, hey, yeah. When that happened, I heard a little, you felt a little tension in the room, like, oh. Now I ain't the biggest fan of Falcon becoming Captain America either, but it didn't. Like,
it didn't do anything.
It didn't like ruin my mood. But I felt people like uncomfortable. Like, why is this black man getting this shit? Like,
who do you think you are, boy?
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I liked it though. It was great.
Yeah, man, and for him to go back and have that dance with Peggy, it meant everything.
Yeah.
Call back again to Captain America: First Avenger. I mean, I'm glad that they decided to wrap up those two characters that way. I mean, because those two in particular are the guys. In my opinion, they're the guys.
Everybody's opinion, yeah.
So I'm glad that they got the screen time, that they got the moments that they did, and I'm glad that they got the innings that they did.
Yeah, and also, I'm glad Cap died in that. Well, he didn't die, but technically he's always about to die.
Sure.
He didn't die in an unconventional way,
Yeah.
He didn't die in battle, which was I thought was going to happen. I thought he would definitely die in that battle against Thanos.
Right.
They took an alternate route, which I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been obvious, and I'm glad because, like I said, like the entire movie, I was fearing for his life. Like I didn't want that to happen at all. Yeah. So I'm glad that he got a happy ending. Like if anybody deserves it, I mean, damn, Steve Rogers sure does. Like, so yeah, it was great. Yeah, Thor decides to go with the Guardians, the Asgard Guardians of the Galaxy.
That was a funny scene.
And yeah, that scene at the end with him and Peter Quill was just hilarious. Like, we know who's in charge.
Yeah, we know. And then Drax says, "You guys can fight for it." Star-Lord's like, "Oh, is that necessary?" I'm not fighting the God of Thunder. I don't care how bad he is. I'm not fighting him.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, I mean, and Guardians 3, we'll see.
It's gonna be amazing now.
Well, yeah, but I feel like Thor would take away from them, but
right, it's combining Ragnarok and the best parts of Guardians.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know.
I'm here for it. I'm ready. But also, an important note that we have to mention. Well, one, Captain returned with Mjolnir.
No, but he doesn't need to. I mean, Thor can call it whenever he wants.
That's not really important, I guess. But it showed Peter Quill is searching for Gamora for 2014 Gamora.
Yes.
Because she's still out there, maybe Iron Man snapped her away. Because I don't know if he knew she changed size or not. So I guess Guardians 3 is probably gonna open up with them trying to find Gamora.
Yeah. And it was a funny scene when he found her during the battle. Like, he was like, "You're alive." And she like kicked him in the nuts. Yeah. Like, fool, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. Great movie. The end credits. I mean, there was no end credit scene, but they had essentially almost everybody from every movie on there as like a thank you, and then it ended with the 6 original Avengers, signing their names, and when they were doing it, like, it just felt so final. Like, it felt like the end, really the end, and it was another emotional moment for me. I'm just like, damn, like, this is it. Like, I just spent this is like an 11-year journey, and it's over now. Yeah. I mean, I guess we still got Spider-Man: Far From Home, but
I mean, Phase 4 is still gonna happen.
Yeah, but with these guys and these characters,
with the Infinity Saga,
yeah. I mean, it's over now.
Yeah, you're right.
And yeah, it was interesting for me. But we kind of talked about it a little bit as far as stories from your viewing.
Yeah.
It's interesting that a lot of the people reacted that way to Cap passing on his shield to Falcon.
Oh yeah, did it happen to you, by the way?
No, that didn't happen at all to me. I mean, well, if it did, I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I felt it in the room. I felt like people were literally uncomfortable. Like, yeah.
Yeah, the main thing that happened in my theaters was in the beginning when Thanos got killed, everybody was just shocked. Like, they literally, it was just a collective like, what? Mm-hmm. And then of course when Cap did his thing with Mjolnir, everybody was and then when everybody came at the end, it was just a great movie, man. Loved the damn movie. Like I literally walked out of the theater and I knew right then and there, like, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like,
even better than any of the Harry Potter movies you've seen? Okay, I know you love Harry Potter.
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean, the books are better, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean that's just, it meant so much to me. I thought.
So I'm sorry, just that closing meant more to you than Deathly Hallows Part 2?
Of course,
not like seeing it on screen.
Yes.
I guess because maybe you read it already, you knew what was gonna happen. Well,
and to be honest, the Deathly Hallows Part 2 battle, I mean, That's another pod, but I wasn't. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Okay, like the ending battle, they kind of put in a lot of crap that wasn't in the book, and I was just like, "What's happening right now?" But anyway,
hashtag another pod.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so there is one more movie in Phase 3, which is Spider-Man: Far From Home. And a lot of people were like, I mean, it's 2023, it's 5 years, so why is Spider-Man and Ned going back to high school? Essentially, I mean, essentially everybody from his timeline, I mean, everybody from Peter's hood or whatever, however you want to call it, they got snapped. So Ned, MJ, Negro MJ, like to call her, all of them, they got snapped. So that's why they're back in high school, because I guess they have to finish. I don't know, some stupid shit that hopefully they'll explain in Spider-Man: Far From Home. But I don't even care about that right now. Like I'm not ready to see that. Like I'm so like content and final with what I just saw. But I'm sure you're excited. You just love Marvel and all that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited. Are you not excited for sure? I mean,
not yet. No. Okay. If there was never another Marvel movie, I would be okay. Like I would think that. I mean, MCU wise anyway.
Yeah, it has some finality to it.
Yeah, like it had a beginning, middle, and end. They told a great story. They didn't leave me hanging of things that I cared about, and it was just everything to me, man. So as a whole, I know you said you had a hot take earlier. I don't know if you were kidding or not, but
I wasn't.
Okay. What's your honest opinion of the movie as a whole?
Okay, but first, before I say that, can I just give a shout out to Ant-Man real quick?
Paul Rudd. Hey,
no, Ant-Man, Scott Lang, not Paul Rudd. Okay. Hold
on, before you do that, did you notice that they had the original Ant-Man helmet when they went back to 1970?
Duh.
Okay, great. Just make sure.
Anyway, Ant-Man, man, you might be like the secret MVP of the movie. Without your idea to go back in time, without you, your
it was the rat.
Okay, you and the rat. Y'all like, because up until now, Ant-Man was a joke character. Like no, and this movie made Ant-Man in the Wasp so much like looking back on it, like when it came after Infinity War, it was like, okay, it's just a little throwaway movie.
Sure,
it's not.
Yeah. The movie is very important.
So many implications, like so many like Marvel, you're a genius for that. Like you made Scott Lang like a super important character.
Yeah. And
like I thought his contribution to this whole movie was just, I didn't see it coming. He's like a secret MVP to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, but what was your question though?
Overall. What was your overall honest opinion of the movie?
Overall honest opinion. Okay, so I saw it twice. The first time I saw it, I walked out of the movie disappointed. Now, disappointed does not mean it was a bad movie. I liked the movie.
But why were you disappointed?
It just felt to me, honestly, for a conclusion of the 11 years that we just saw, and the, after what all the craziness we just saw in Infinity War, the nonstop, just craziness, it felt underwhelming to me, honestly.
Really?
Because up until Act 3, it's like, okay, like this is the last chapter, and it wasn't because it was slow. I don't mind slow. Like I love character development. I've grown with these characters. I love seeing them interact.
Okay.
But the pacing felt kind of off. Just keep in mind, this is my first viewing.
Sure.
The pacing felt off. A lot of things felt inconsequential. Of course, it wrapped it up in the end, but it just didn't feel like this is what I wanted. Like this is it after Infinity War. Like this is the closing. Like this is how you gonna close it. Like I feel like they input too many comedic points, too many jokes. Like I felt like not keeping I was a slave to my own expectations of the movie.
Sure.
I thought it was going to be sincere the whole movie. Just of course, Marvel's known for the jokes, but I thought it was just like an overall sense of just dourness would be consumed the entire movie, which was what I wanted. I wanted a dark feel,
right?
Because Thanos really, he messed up a lot of people's lives, So I just felt like it took itself too lightly, and up until the third act, I didn't really. Well, the first act was cool when they killed Thanos, but up until the third act, I didn't care about what was going on. Like the callbacks to other movies were cool, but I could have seen that somewhere else. I didn't have to see that in the final chapter of the MCU,
Interesting.
I walked out disappointed, to be honest. And then upon second viewing, I liked it a lot better. It's still not, to me, Infinity War is a better movie, honestly.
Wow.
Now, this movie has more emotional weight. It ties things up in a better way. But in terms of just my investment in the movie and what was going on from start to finish, I like Infinity War better.
Okay.
This movie is definitely, I'm glad it exists. It's necessary. It needs to exist. Because, Infinity War is part 1 of 2. Like, it feels like you need to watch them back to back, honestly.
Right.
But this movie is not, like, people are praising it on Twitter and, like, that's cool. Like, it's a lot of fan service. I'm here for fan service. I love Marvel. I love the MCU. I've been on board since day one, but it just felt a little bit underwhelming. But I still like the movie a lot. I don't love it. I like it a lot. And that's just my honest opinion.
Yeah, okay. That's what I asked you for.
And it took a lot for me to say that because, I just love Marvel, but that's just that is what it is. Okay. Now, obviously, you love it. Go ahead and tell me why you think it's the best movie of all time.
I mean, I said it throughout the pod, but, I mean, I was going to say it again. But, I mean, I guess we just didn't go in with the same expectations or, like, same, boxes to be checked. Because for me, I went in really only caring about 2 to 3 people, whether they were going to live or die. And when I found out that, those 2 or 3 people not only, I guess Iron Man died, but when, they still had major moments, and they had, like you said, they had those emotional moments. They had their callbacks. Like, it just felt, it was everything I wanted to see.
Okay.
Like, I went into the movie for Iron Man, Cap, and Thor.
Yeah.
And they shine, all 3 of them. I mean, Iron Man went out in the best way possible. Mm-hmm. Cap, my God, he had the moment of the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, in Thor, he was, sure he was a fat boy, but he still played his role. He was hilarious. He was great in the actions at the end when he had the double hammers.
Yeah.
And now he's going with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I loved him.
Yeah.
So, it was everything I wanted. Like like I said, like maybe we just went in with 2 different expectations, but it put a bow on everything. I mean, from start to finish. Even going as far as I am Iron Man. Yeah. Like it just meant so much to me. Like I don't know. I loved it.
And also maybe that's the problem I have with it is that Avengers essentially at its core is an action movie, right? It's
sure.
This is a superhero movie. It's what we want to see.
Yeah.
Big action set pieces. Besides the end, there wasn't a set piece or action sequence that stood out to me besides that final battle, which was I think if you're gonna in Endgame, like I said, baby, I'm just a slave to my own expectations. We needed at least 2 or 3 epic battles. Like this is the last. This is the last thing. Like we only got 1 really epic battle in the movie.
Yeah, and I was okay with that
in an Avengers movie.
Yeah, I
don't know. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, I still liked it a lot. I'm glad it exists. I'm glad I saw it. I might see it again for a 3rd time. I don't know, but just keep in mind that disappointed doesn't mean I hate the movie or I don't like it.
Sure,
it just means I didn't think it was going to be what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're allowed to have an opinion. Yeah. Like, I mean, just because I think differently doesn't mean anything.
You and like 90% of the world, which is good, but that's just my personal opinion.
I mean, majority doesn't always rule. Like, people think that just because Game of Thrones is awesome, that everybody has to watch Game of Thrones.
That's true.
That's just not the case. Like, with you don't have to like Game of Thrones, so it's okay. But yeah, I mean, whatever. Like I said, I loved it. Yeah. You enjoyed it, so I'm glad you enjoyed it. Man, appreciate you coming on the pod, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here.
Thank you.
We tackled everything I wanted to tackle. The movie was freaking fantastic. Can't wait to get it on Blu-ray. Can't wait to go see it again. I'm probably gonna go see it tomorrow. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to today's episode of the Current Era Podcast. Please remember, guys, to rate, like, and subscribe. If you are listening on Apple or iTunes, you can always just scroll down, give me 5 stars, and leave me a review. Say some nice words, like, hey, Julian, you're the best. Hey, Julian, you're awesome. Hey, Julian. All right. But yeah, for real. Anyway, again, thank you so much for listening. Avengers Endgame. At this point, I've seen it 3 times. I'm going to go again just because the movie is just so amazing. Oh, my God. Cap, I love you. I love you, Chris Evans. You're the best. And Mondy, thanks for hopping on, man. I really appreciate it. You're always about that life, so thank you. And that's it, guys. I will see you Monday with another Game of Thrones reaction for Season 8, Episode 4 of Game of Thrones. What's going to happen? Is Arya going to kill Cersei? Is Jon Snow and Daenerys going to get together? Who's going to win the Iron Throne? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.